Ms. Lide, you say that for 26 years you have known only one man, the defendant, Mr. Ellis, to be your biological father. And you're devastated that he is claiming you're not his.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Ellis, you say that Ms. Lide's mother was unfaithful during your 7-year relationship and that you are certain you are not Ms. Lide's biological father. You are here to prove that in court and to clear your name.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Lide, how was your relationship with Mr. Ellis growing up?
I didn't really have a relationship with Mr. Ellis growing up. It was just me and my mom. I've been in and out of group homes, foster homes. No male role model in my life. It's been hard. I had a long, hard life growing up.
When you hear her talk about her life without you, the man she believes is her biological father, how does that make you feel?
I feel for her and all, but I'm not her father. I mean, her mother, she disappears weeks at a time, out there partying. I mean, look bright as she is. I mean, I ain't no doctor or nothing, but I'm pretty sure two people's this color ain't gonna make no baby this bright-skinned. I mean, she was practically white.
I don't feel like that's correct because my son was white with black hair and blue eyes. And I'm not white. I don't have blue eyes.
Mr. Ellis, you know that babies come in all shapes, sizes, and shades of color, especially African-American children.
Yes, Your Honor. But like I said, she was out there partying, disappearing for weeks at a time.
That's the doubt I want to hear about. That's what I want to understand.
With no money. How's she doing all this partying and disappearing for weeks at a time with no money?
And so you're saying you were in a relationship with her mother?
Yes, I was.
And it was a sexual relationship?
Yes, it was.
And it was a sexual relationship where you did not use protection?
Yes, Your Honor.
However, what you're saying is her mother also was having sex and intimate relationships with other men during that time?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what proof do you have of that? Do you recall?
The only proof I have is by her disappearing weeks at a time, Your Honor. That's why I called the courts. So she can really find her true father. And quit blaming it on me.
My mom has never, ever lied to me. Even when things got bad, when they got worse, my mom has never lied to me. I'm not.
But when I was away, your mother sick child support on me. They did the DNA test. I gave her the papers. They garnished my check.
Mr. Ellis, explain that. You had a DNA test already.
Yes.
Explain.
When I was away, her mother called child support on me. They came and took the DNA test.
You got the results back?
I got the results back. It was 99.9 that I wasn't the father. So I showed her the paperwork.
So wouldn't you want 99.9% that you were not
yes, it was something like
the father?
Something like that, yes, Your Honor.
So wouldn't you want to keep some kind of information or record so if I did grow up and I had questions, you could say, hey,
I would not want to keep that kind of information. All the information I needed was I took that piece of paper down to child services and they said I didn't have to pay child support no more. That was enough for me.
Did you ever hear that a DNA test was performed, Ms. Lide?
I heard from Mr. Ellis that there was a DNA test performed and it was negative. Then I had, from my mom, there was a DNA test taken and it was yes.
Positive. I'd like to hear from your mother. Please stand, ma'am.
Yes,
Ms. Lide, you are Danielle's mother.
Yes, ma'am.
Was there a DNA test performed?
It's on this, DNA test got was from her through juvenile court, but they never show to court juvenile.
The bottom line is a DNA test was performed, yes or no?
Yes.
What were the results?
They say in the court 99% yes.
That 99.9% that yes, he was Danielle's biological father.
Yes, that's
Thank you so much. That's what I wanted to know. You may be seated. Thank you, ma'am. So, Mr. Ellis?
Yes, Your Honor.
She says the test confirmed that you were Danielle's biological father. You say it said the exact opposite.
Yes, it did, Your Honor. And I took those same papers to child support, and they said I have to pay child support.
They said you have to or you did not have to?
And they said they garnished my check 3 times. They said, we're going to send that money back to you. It might take 3 to 4 weeks, take about a month, but I got it back, Your Honor.
So they garnished your check twice or they garnished your check 3 times?
What difference does it make? Have you ever received child support?
Because you told me twice.
Have you ever received child support? No, you haven't.
As a child, Ms. Lide, growing up, you don't know anything about that.
No, Your Honor.
Were you told as a child that this man was your father, but he does not acknowledge you or he does not want anything to do with you?
Yes.
That's what you were told?
Yes.
But in your understanding as a child, that's still my father. That's who people are saying is my biological father.
Yes, and I want to know who he is and how he operates.
That's because your mother keep putting those terrible
Did you make an attempt to get to know his family at all?
Yes, I talked to a couple of my family members on his side.
And what was their response? Did they open their arms to you?
Regardless of anything, I'm still their family. I look like them. I don't look like most of the people on my mom's side of the family, so I know there has to be some kind of connection.
And why do you feel in your heart that this man is denying you?
People do things in life that is unexplainable. Me, I look at myself and I love myself. I look at myself in the mirror every day and I appreciate myself. So if another human being on this earth don't want to accept me for who I am, that's not going to stop me from loving me for who I am.
Mrs. Lide, it's not that I'm not trying to accept you for who you are. I think you're a beautiful person. Your mother should have told you and quit lying to you. You deserve the truth.
I do deserve the truth.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling really mad.
And you have the right to be.
What are you feeling?
I feel like, because me, I'm a mom. And I feel like if you are old enough to, like, what you guys went through was not my fault. And you guys should never have involved me in anything that you guys were going through. I would never put my kids through that, ever. You guys should have settled this the right way, the appropriate way, not wait for it to see the outcome of it. This is the outcome of it.
And you're right, and that's why for years I've been telling your mama to quit lying to you and tell you the truth about who your father is, so you find your real father.
I feel like
that's why I called the
truth.
courts.
I deserve
That's
to know
why I
what's
called the
going
courts.
on.
Because you deserve the truth.
In your court papers, Ms. Lide, you said that you made difficult and unfortunate choices with men because of this absence of a father figure, the relationship with your father.
I feel like if I had a male role model, then, you know, I wouldn't have to go out there and experience things I experienced looking for love in a man. Like, I should have had that firm man connection bond to where I know what to look in a man. So I feel like I was robbed of that also.
And you would have
Daughter, father, daughter
and
dances.
you would have had it.
Being with
Let her speak.
Being with your dad, father, daughter dances, you know, just having that role model I can call on when I'm going through something, or just an extra shoulder and support to cry on.
So when your friends and everyone's going to a father-daughter dance, where are you?
Me, I wasn't in school. I just did what I wanted to do. And then I went on the run when I was 16, because I've been in and out of juvenile hall. And I got pregnant with my first son. And that's what made me realize, hey, you know, I gotta change my life. I'm gonna end up, you know, away or dead. And so I feel like I had to teach myself how to love myself and, you know, change myself.
That's a smart thing to do. That's what smart young women do. I'd like to hear from your witness. Can you please stand, ma'am?
Hi, Your Honor.
Hello, ma'am. Thank you for joining us today. Why are you convinced that your son isn't Miss Lide's biological father?
When I first saw the baby at a month old, she looked 4 months old. And from what I had heard from my son, her father's a great big man. What I heard from my neighbor, she has a little brother that she and the little brother were like twins. And the grandmother, Miss Lide Sr.'s mother, brought the baby over in the house behind mine every day for a week and said, this is her brother. I want her to know her.
Ms. Ellis, what I want to understand is, at the point you see this DNA test result,
I never saw a DNA.
you didn't see it?
No, ma'am. He told me.
So you're just going off of physical attributes when you say this is not your grandchild? How
You
she
ain't
looks?
nothing but a baby, Your Honor. I've got 11 children. Every one of mine is older than you, and I know mine. Ask any older woman in here, and she can tell you she know all hers when they come.
So what you're saying is she did not possess the physical characteristics of any child that had ever been born in your family.
That's right.
So, Your
I'm the
Honor,
oldest of
basically,
12.
she just already built the hate in her heart for me from the day I was born. Like
How?
every
I didn't even know your mom was
situation,
pregnant with you.
every situation I have seen her, it's been trouble. Like, I've seen her on the trolley when I was 10. I don't know if you remember.
You were
know,
16.
I was 10. I saw her on a trolley where we used to live at, and I approached her, and I want to introduce myself like, you know, I'm Mr. Ellis's daughter. She told me, get on my face or I will smack you.
What? Miss Ellis, do you remember this incident on the trolley?
She's lying. This little girl slid up, teenager. She said, hi. I said, hello. Do you know me? I said, no. Should I? I'm your granddaughter. I said, no, you're not. I said, I know who her daddy is, and you're not gonna put that on my son. And they're both lying about me going.
But Miss Ellis, let me ask you this. You know somebody's telling her this, right? I mean, she's just not making this up.
Her mama's telling her that.
But you say you feel like definitively she's not my grandchild.
Your Honor, I feel sorry for this child. I've told him this, and I've told my whole family this.
I don't need anybody to feel sorry for me at all. Because at the end of the day, I'm blessed. I just want to know the truth.
But the DNA test told it already. Told the truth.
Let it go. She's
Well,
lying still.
I haven't saw anything yet.
You have to understand, Mr. Ellis, her point is she's been told her whole life you are her biological father. You say you had proof that she was not, but she hasn't seen the proof.
I want to see with my own eyes.
That's why I called the courts.
That's why we're here. Because at the end of the day, Mr. Ellis, you're saying that she's 99.9% not your biological daughter. And Ms. Lide, you're saying he's 99.9% your father. And that's where the mystery is.
Because I'm 99.99% lost and confused.
Good.
And I understand where you're coming from, baby. And at 26 years old, you shouldn't have to be going through this.
Exactly.
Now, because of this confusion, I wanted to get a little bit more information about the law in your home state. So I've called upon an attorney to talk to me about how you got results that say you not the father. And if in fact it was determined that you were her biological father, then I'm wondering why in the world didn't the state order child support and why didn't she ever get it? This is why this is all such a mystery. So I want to call upon an attorney in your home state, Kelly Chang Rickard. She's a certified family law expert. Hi, Ms. Rickard.
Hi, Judge Lauren Lake. How are you?
Thank you so much for joining us today. We have a paternity mystery here. She's been told there was previous testing that indicated that Mr. Ellis was her biological father. And yet, Mr. Ellis has testified that he received the paperwork after the DNA testing, but it said that he was not Ms. Lide's biological father.
As a family attorney for the last 17 years, stranger things have happened in family court.
And then the other part of this mystery is, how would he get off the hook if there is a result that is a positive result? Surely the state is going to try to locate the father and obtain child support, right?
Absolutely. Child support is not for the mother to waive. So even if Mrs. Lide's mom said, you know, we're on good terms, I'll waive it. You can't do that because the Department of Child Support Services is there and they're involved. And they're gonna enforce the order if, in fact, the father is the father and there's enough income to enforce this order. So yes, I think his story could be true, that they do sometimes garnish and refund if it was an error. And I have seen that happen several times. But like I said, Department of Child Support Services has make a lot of mistakes.
We thank you so much for your time and for your expertise. We appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Well, family, this is a mystery because as our expert just testified, both sides could be true. Jerome, the envelope, please.
Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. In the case of Lide versus Ellis, when it comes to 26-year-old Danielle Lide, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Ellis, you are the father.
Whoa! I knew it. Yes. Boom. Ha. Yeah.
Girl, give it back.
My mom ain't gonna lie to me.
We know it, baby.
Never, ever.
Holla.
All this tall, large
All this
cup of
whoop, whoop,
caramel.
whoop, whoop, that.
Yes.
I know that.
I love you. I love you, nigga, for a long time, man. It's okay.
don't know
I
about
know
the
I
first
was
one.
being real. I know I wouldn't lie to you, baby. I already had it in my heart.
For once and for all, finally
Hey,
saw.
I just like to apologize. I just went by with what the first DNA said. I can't take back the last 26 years that I went by from the first DNA test. I can only try to improve and more in her life and my grandkids' life.
This is beautiful
That
because
really is.
at the end of the day, Miss Lide, this was about you, sweetie. You've had a tough road. Even in this moment, you just had to be honest and say, I'm 99% lost. I don't know about the rest. And that was honest and that was real. Grandma,
Yes, ma'am.
you said that wasn't one of yours, but it is.
No, it's not.
It is. The DNA has spoken. Mr. Carroll, you are here to prove to your ex-girlfriend, Ms. Goggans, that you are the biological father of her 26-year-old daughter, Shirletha Carroll.
Yes, Your Honor.
You say when your daughter was 5 years old, the defendant told you another man was her father, but you refused to believe it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Goggans, you claim that you had a one-night stand and he is your daughter's real father.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Carroll, what will these results mean for you today?
Oh, it mean an awful lot because it's been many years that done went.
I understand, sir. Take your time.
And I know I love Lily. I always try to embed it in her that she my daughter. Can't nobody tell me otherwise. This is my daughter, and it's been.
And so, all of these years, you never had doubt.
No, and I never, and truthfully, I've never been emotional like this either. So it really means a lot for me to find out now that Lily is my daughter. Because in my heart, I know she's mine. I know she's my daughter. I always told her she was my daughter.
So, Ms. Goggans, you say you had a one-night stand and you're so sure that this one-night stand is your daughter's father. Why are you so certain?
With Jesse, we were basically broken up, and then I end up going to her father saying that I needed someone to talk to, so me and him end up having sex, and I knew that it was
The one-night stand.
the hairdresser. And he said that I told him 5 years later, which it wasn't 5 years later, because when I was pregnant with her, I mentioned to him that I'm pregnant by the hairdresser. I'm not having your baby.
So you said it from the beginning.
I said it from the beginning.
Mr. Carroll, when do you remember hearing this for the first time?
She never told me that. I tell you for a fact, she never told me that.
Yes, I did.
You never told me
yes,
that.
I did. I
Never
told you
me
that I am pregnant by someone else, and you didn't want it to believe it. Maybe it hurted you because I had sex with someone else, but I've told you that I was not pregnant by you.
She never told me that.
Yes,
Never.
I did.
Never did she tell me that because.
So I want to know your recollection.
She never told me.
Give me the first time you remember hearing that Shirletha may not be your child.
First of all, me and Tina at that time was still in a relationship. It was just shaky. Lily was 5 years old, and she came over my mother's house, and she told me that she had something to tell me. And then she told Lily would go off. She's 5, so she's trying to go off or whatever. She was like, "No, Lily, I want Lily to hear this." You know, when she told me Lily was not my daughter, Lily was standing right there because I will never forget
That's
the face
not
that
true.
she had. The expression
That's
on her
not
face
true.
when she said
That's not true.
I
I've
do
been
recall-
told that's
Look,
not true.
what you
I'm
say?
sorry, what
I
did you
never
say,
did that in
Shirletha? What
front
did
of
you
her
say,
with you
Shirletha?
saying she's not your daughter.
Well, I do recall we went over there one day and it was a discussion about me not being his daughter and, you know.
In front of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Right there. And what did I say, Lily?
What do you remember hearing?
I mean, I just recall that it was just arguing.
And then what do you remember me saying to you at the end, when it's all said and done, what did I say?
I mean, he always have stated to me that he's my dad.
That's
so,
right.
you know.
I
he
don't
always
deny
said
that. He always did say that. I'm not denying that. And it wasn't 5 years later that you found out that Shirletha was yours. When you came in the delivery room with me, you seen her and you said, "Wow, whose baby is this? She's so white." I knew from there that who Shalitha belonged to.
No.
After I left the hospital with Shalitha, I said, Shalitha is not your child. You never wanted to listen to me saying that it wasn't your child.
Who's on the birth
he
certificate?
signed I received the birth certificate. I seen Jesse's name. I did not never sign the bottom to agree with what was on the birth certificate. So when it came
You
to
have the birth
mail,
certificate?
I
birth
seen,
Let me see
certificate
that.
I
right
have
here.
a birth certificate too.
I have a
Your
birth
name is
certificate
on
right
it.
So
here
you're
with me.
saying, Miss Goggans, when you were in the hospital after having Shalitha, you didn't say to him, Mr. Carroll, you need to sign this birth certificate, or are you going?
No.
You didn't even talk about it. You
I
weren't going to
just
ask
delivered
him.
the baby. I wasn't thinking about none of that. So when that birth certificate came, I seen Jesse's name on it. I never signed the bottom, so I'm like, I don't know why his name on there. I didn't put it on there.
So, Mr. Carroll, you signed this birth certificate
Right.
because when you're in the hospital, you don't have any doubt.
None. And everything.
So during the time when Shalitha was conceived, you don't remember there being an instant where did you know she had the one-night stand?
Oh yeah. Now she did tell me that she had an affair with the hairdresser down in our relationship, but 5
Oh,
years.
I told you I was pregnant by the hairdresser.
No, never did you tell me that.
Yes, I did.
She never
I
told
told you way ahead of
Listen.
time. I'm pregnant by the hairdresser. This is not your baby I'm carrying.
Okay,
you
listen.
don't know what you're talking about. I always told you I'm not carrying your baby. I told you that before I had her.
Listen, she
So
never-
hold on now. Mr. Carroll, were you just not wanting to hear this?
Well, I mean.
Or were you?
No, because like I said, everything that she's saying, what she's saying to me now, never was like that.
That's
She was
not
my
true.
girlfriend.
It was
Like I
a
said, at
denial
that time-
because he couldn't believe that little Tina had another baby by somebody else.
She never said that. I always thought Lily was mine from my heart to the day. I love Lily. She's my daughter. That's why I'm here today to show people that Lily is
She
mine.
doesn't look like you. She looks just
on
like
top of
her
that,
dad.
Look, she got my name on that birth certificate. That's my name. She got my name.
You put
I
it on
named
there without
Lily.
my consent.
I gave Lily that name, Lily. That nickname, I done that. Lily was my daughter. Lily was my daughter. That's my nickname. That Shalitha is my family. That's her name from my family.
But it didn't come from you.
It's my people in my family,
No, it's
though.
not. It don't
My
matter
family,
whose
my
family it
sister-in-law.
came from. Shalitha
No, and anyway,
came
like I
from
said, that's my
Broad
daughter.
So
Day
wait, let me
Shalitha. They
understand
asked
this.
me
So
to name her
after
her
she was
name.
born, in the early parts of her life, you were there as her father.
I was there.
You was
That's- I
just
was
there too
but
because
I
you
was
did
there.
not
I
provide.
was there.
So
With all that, I
you
was
just
there.
was
I was
there.
there. I was
That's
there for
all
her.
you was
I was
there.
there. She was my daughter. She was around me. I did a lot. I was come from the street life, so a lot of times I wasn't like I should have been. I'm here for Lily as her father, and if she ever need anything from me, if I could provide it for her, she can get it.
Okay, but you was there. You said that being a daddy takes more than saying I'm a daddy.
So in the
you
bottom
have to
of my,
provide
from the bottom
also
of my heart,
materially.
from the bottom of my heart, like I said, this happened
So,
years ago.
Ms. Goggans,
It's still
are you
to this
saying
day
that
he don't
are you
provide,
saying that he's
so-
not the father because he hasn't stepped up as a father, because he hasn't provided? Or are you saying that he's not the father because he's really not the biological father in your mind?
He's not the father of my child right here. The hairdresser is. And I always told her that.
You did. So I want to hear from Shalitha. You have heard a lot of discussion thus far, Shalitha, and I know it's probably difficult to hear, but I want to understand what your thoughts were growing up. Were you always told by your mom that Mr. Carroll was not your biological father and this other gentleman was?
Your Honor, yes, I have, but to be honest, Jesse haven't been in my life. You know, I'm just going off of pictures. You know, basically, pictures, he was there. He was with me as the father, with me and my sister. He was in the home as a family. But as time went on, I was with the other guy, which I have proof right here. I was with his family.
You do. Let me see that proof you have.
I was with his family. I was over there through holidays, everything.
And this other gentleman, you were with this man and his family through holidays and family functions, and you were...
I mean, yes, basically, I used to live
You
there.
believed he was your biological father?
Yes.
And Your Honor, if I could say too that with Lily, like I said, when this incident happened, when she was 5 years old, when she announced that to me, and Lily was right there in my face when she had said that, after saw that, she brought Lily up in that man's side. You see, so Lily didn't spend as much time with my family. because she had in her head, in her mind, that wasn't my baby. So Lily was going, that's why she had her this Christmases or whatever what she was doing with them people.
All right, but do you understand that throughout her life, I'm looking at pictures now of Sharlethia when she was a little girl. This is a lot of pictures.
I was with the other guy's family. I went there for holidays, you know. Basically, in middle school, that's like I say, I got the birth certificate and Jesse was on it, so I don't know.
And so you found the birth certificate and saw that Mr. Carroll's name was on your birth certificate.
Yes.
And yet you've got all these family photos where you spent time with this other guy that you thought was your biological father.
Yes, I was there.
Did
all
you
the time.
ask a question like, why does my birth certificate have Mr. Carroll on it?
Yes, I did. I asked my mom once I got the birth certificate and seen that he was on there. I asked her, and basically she said, ask the other guy. She told me ask the other guy why he's not on there, you know. And
did you ever ask him?
no, I never asked him. I never asked him why he wasn't on my birth certificate because I was young. I was there, you know. I was there. As him being my dad, I was with his family. I used to live there as in middle school. I went to school from there, you know, and basically I'm just going off what my mom said. But, you know, it always was thrown in my face, you know, he would be, Jesse, when he came to the graduation, I was there. Quintina came along. She would always say, that's not your daughter. I don't know why you doing all this and that, you know. She ain't your daughter, so why you claiming her?
Now, see, and through all that Lily going through and what she's talking about, Your Honor, all that she's talking about, I always still embedded in Lily that I'm her daddy, regardless. See, so I was always there, even though she went through and what she's going through or whatever, it was with her mother, totally. So I would see Lily sometime.
Mr. Carroll, I'd like to hear from your witness. Ma'am, would you please stand? State your name, ma'am.
Quintina Carroll.
Miss Carroll, you are Mr. Carroll's wife? Okay. What do you know about this situation? Have you always had the understanding that you had a stepdaughter, your husband had a daughter? Or did you have doubt as to whether or not Sharlethia was really his biological child?
Your Honor, Sharlethia is not his daughter. Tina told him, Ms. Goggans told him, she told him years ago that she was not his daughter. And the only way I would know, because I came into the situation after the 5-year period, somewhere in there, which was I never would say anything like that to Sharlethia.
But
why?
she did.
Because I
She
have
did.
my own children.
She
I'm
did.
the one brought us here today because I think she should know. I said, let's do this because I'm tired of the conflict. I mean, and then her mother says she's told her that all the time. I found a letter that she wrote to my husband and said, thank you for accepting our daughters. But she says she constantly told him that.
So you're saying you saw a letter that Ms. Goggans wrote to your husband, Mr. Carroll, saying, thank you for accepting our daughters.
Daughters with an S. And this was in the midst of our dating. We attended graduation. So I approached Miss Goggans and said, is Lily his daughter? She said, no. And everyone was present.
So she said it out loud to everyone in the family at the graduation?
Yes.
Sharlethia, is there something you wanted to add to this?
Well, Your Honor, to be honest, I just want to know the truth. I don't want to be like an outcast, no black sheep, none of that. I just want to know the truth. Who is my father?
And I want her to know that, Your Honor. That's why I tried to get us here, and I'm glad that everyone was willing to participate because I have children. She knew my children.
Right.
So when you say you don't want to be the black sheep, Sharlethia, why do you say that?
Because I don't know. Basically, Quintina, his wife, always said I wasn't his daughter. So she didn't want.
Mother said it.
Going off of Quintina, she always says, that ain't your daughter. Why you giving her recognition? Why you doing this? Why you doing that? She don't even know me, you know?
So the point is you feel that disconnect that she's talking about.
Correct.
All right. Well, we have the answers for you. It's time for the results. Jerome? These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Carroll versus Goggans, when it comes to 26-year-old Shirletha Carroll, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Carroll, you are her father.
My baby. I know it. I'm planning to. Oh my God! I told you, girl. I told you. You tell the truth. Sorry. I'm so sorry, Lily. I'm so sorry.
This is wonderful. This is what we've been waiting on.
Wow, finally got it over. My daughter, baby. You are my daughter.
That's your daddy, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's it feel, honey?
Man.
This is crazy. I'm hurt.
It's relief that he is your father. And you don't have to hear nobody else say nothing negative. Me included.
I am here, 51 years old, and all these years that went by, I can imagine how my daughter feeling.
I could see in your eyes you really didn't think Mr. Carroll was your daughter's father.
No, because she expressed it. Oh, I'm talking about.
It was like back to back with both. So I'm glad to know the truth myself.
I think we're at a place right now, and I love this picture of all of you on this side of the aisle.
Like
And I thank you, Judge Lauren Lake, because I knew you would get the bottom to this.
Mr. Muriel, you and your sister have petitioned the court to order a DNA test to prove that you are not the father of the defendant's 18-month-old son, Zadrian. You have always believed you are not the father and are hoping the court grants you the test so you can prove your case. Is this correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Redmond, you say you are tired of being a single mom. You didn't make this baby by yourself and state there is no reason for a paternity test because the plaintiff already acknowledged he was the father by signing the birth certificate. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So this court must decide through testimony if there is enough evidence to order a paternity test. Let me start with you, Mr. Muriel. Why is this DNA test so important?
Well, Your Honor, first of all, I'm a young entrepreneur. I'm 22 years old, and I'm looking to expand my brand. And with this lady here putting a child on me, it's like stopping me from leaving and going to do what I want to do. So I'm like really stuck, and I need the answers because it's not my child.
And so you say that this young woman is putting a child on you. You signed the birth certificate.
Yes.
Your Honor.
No. No.
His mom was there.
The point is this. When you were at the hospital, did you believe the child was yours at the time?
No.
You did not?
No.
And so, okay, so you got this opportunity and it was time to sign the birth certificate. You went and did it, why?
Because I felt very pressured. Like everybody's sitting there looking at me as far as like her
But
family.
his mom was there. His mom was there telling him the baby looked just like you. Ain't no denying this baby.
Was your mother present at the birth, Mr. Muriel?
No.
Yes, she was.
No, she wasn't.
Yes,
Neither
she
was I, or I would have never.
His
I would have
mom
never
was there
advised
when I
him
got
to sign.
suited up to have my C-section.
No.
Okay, so listen, Mr. Muriel.
Zadrian Sherrard Muriel. You chose that name, not me.
You chose that.
You put his name, your name, as his middle name.
Mr. Muriel, hold on now. And the child also has your last name.
Yeah.
And do you understand what being the legal father means?
Yes.
You do. So you now know that once you sign it under the law, you are that child's father. Even if you're not his biological father, you're still the legal father.
Okay.
And then you would then have to, depending on if I order this paternity test, if we have enough evidence, that's something you'd have to deal with in your home state, but this is something you should know. And this is the part that gets me because young people, you all so busy engaging in adult activities, but you don't know adult laws and facts.
I do.
Well, I told him that before, and I told him
But
he
that's
also
why you
needs
were
a real
calling me
DNA
while I was
test.
in the hospital, like, nephew, why didn't you name him Sherrard? Nephew.
Lies.
That was you.
So you're saying people were acknowledging this
Lies.
child?
Yes, she called me
Well,
on
where's the
his
pictures?
phone, talking about, nephew, why didn't you name, and then his nieces and nephews, her kids were asking, why did you name him Zadrian and not Sherrard? And because I wanted him to have his own name, but I let Sherrard put it as the middle name.
I didn't choose that. I
No.
just did it. I
He
ain't
didn't
choose
choose
that at
the
all. I didn't
first
pick no
name.
names.
I chose the first name. I made that up when I was
She
about
wrote.
3 months pregnant. I had that.
So my point is this: you are trying to present enough evidence to warrant me ordering a paternity test.
Correct.
And what I'm trying to figure out are where are the doubts. I mean, as it stands right now, it's like you were in the hospital, you signed a birth certificate, you said you did it because you had doubt. Now I need to know proof of that doubt. Mr.
I wasn't even
Muriel.
there. Yes, and I believe she was with other
Okay,
people.
you
I
say
had
you
caught
weren't
her
even
with
there.
another
Give
dude.
me the facts surrounding that. You weren't there.
I weren't there. I was here in Atlanta, Georgia, trying to pursue my dream.
All right. Hold on.
figure out where he
hold on. I
wants
want
to
to
be.
figure this out. Because you saying you're here, you're there.
And he was here New
Listen,
Year's Eve. because
let's
you were at the
try
same
to
party.
figure out the actual date of conception.
Okay.
Zadrian's date of birth is what?
September 15th. September 16th.
Okay.
She don't even see.
I got the year and the date mixed up, okay?
Yeah,
Why does your
it's
brother know
okay.
my son's birthday if that's not his baby?
It's okay.
Why'd he sign my birth certificate and give
But
him
why
the
is
middle
he
name
still
if it's not his
questioning
baby?
after he signed it? Men, if they stick firm with what they
Okay,
believe,
ladies, let's get down to the bottom of this. Zadrian was born September 16, 2015, right? If you hit calculate, the window of conception would be December 18th through December 23rd of 2014. The question I need answered is where were you between December 18th and December 23rd, 2014?
You know what? Time out. I don't know where he was on them dates, particularly. I'll give him that. He could have been wherever he wanted to be, because that's where he
So
always
it
has
is your
been.
testimony that you don't know
Right.
Not
where he was
those couple
December
dates that
18th
you're
through the
giving me,
23rd.
but by the 26th he was
Yeah.
here,
Right.
because we went New Year's Eve shopping together. We were at the same New Year's Eve party together.
Party.
Is that true?
He took me home because I was drunk.
he don't smoke, he don't drink, he wouldn't
Doesn't
even
mean
drink
you
a
weren't
Red
at the
Bull.
party.
I don't
He
party.
don't party.
He'd be at the club with you too.
He
I mean,
look
you
just like the
missing out,
other
so I
dude.
really don't care though. I
he
mean,
look just
I
like
do
the other
care.
dude you got
I'd
caught
like him
with.
to get his closure and his sister to be quiet.
Yeah.
So I love for you to do this today, Your Honor. Please do.
Before I give my judgment as to whether or not there is enough evidence to order a paternity test, I want to hear more facts that relate to the doubt in this case.
She got caught with a whole nother dude that she's saying she was at her friend's house. This is what happened from the beginning of the story. I'm in my city, Lansing, Michigan, riding around. Pull up to one of my boys' house. I leave there. I see her vehicle in a neighborhood she's never in, you know? So I pulled my car back to wait. Basically, I sat and watched whose house she was about to come out of. 'Cause I don't know whose house this is, and I'm trying to figure it out.
And she wasn't answering the
And
phone.
she wasn't answering the phone or text messages. So I pull up behind her once she comes out and get to the car. And I'm like, who house is this? Who house was you just at? She say some girl name. I said, all right, go get her. Show me who you talking about. She's like, no. I'm like, no. Well, all right, I'll go get her myself.
We weren't together. I didn't have nothing to prove.
No. Hey, look. So I said, I'll go get her myself then. So she gets in the car real fast, turn around, skirt off. Okay, it's something going on then. So I knock on the door. A dude answers the door.
So Ms.
Where's she
Redmond
at?
said she
You're
was
here
there
with
to
this
visit a
dude.
girl, but you know there wasn't a girl in
There's
there.
no girl. Where's she at?
Right.
So this is the issue. You all are asking
The issue
for-
is 1 minute she says he's the dad, 1 minute she says that he's not. And
No, that's
he's trying
y'all.
to live
That's
his
their
life. No, that is
issue.
you. That is you
1
getting
minute-
caught riding down the street
1
with
minute.
dudes. That's you on Snapchat saying, look at Zadrian playing with his dad with the same guy she got caught at the house
Right.
with.
Time out.
Hey.
Hold on.
Time out. Time
Hold
out.
on, Miss
Wherever the-
Redmond, hold on. Now,
Oh, yeah,
Ms.
the doubt
Mask
is they're heavy.
Hold on, Miss Mask has asserted that you were on Snapchat
Yes.
talking about someone else was Zadrian's father.
Yes,
Never.
yes.
Same dude
Zadrian
I
playing
caught
with
at
her
the house
dad.
with.
Never.
Zadrian's playing with his daddy. Look at
Am I gonna get a
daddy and the
chance to
kids.
answer, or
I
are you gonna
mean,
answer for me?
I would
'Cause,
like,
girl, you
I
not
would
even on
like
my
to hear a
Snapchat, so
response.
be quiet.
I would like to hear a
Girl.
So
response.
anyway,
Trust
like I
me.
was saying,
Trust me.
yeah, you're right. It's been a year and a half. My son is, like you said, 18 months old. I don't even talk to him no more. Why are you pulling up to any house that you see my vehicle at? What business do you have?
Were you on Snapchat with a video
No.
saying this?
Time out.
She's lying.
Time out.
She's lying.
Did I ever say, look at him with his dad? No, I don't believe I've ever posted him and the guy I was talking to. Did he catch me riding in the car with him? Yes, because that guy was the guy I was talking to.
But you lied.
And I had to pick my son up from daycare. I'm a single mom.
But listen,
I don't have time
hold
to
on. So
be
now,
a mom.
wait. So now we're in court and you're saying, did he catch me riding in a car?
With a guy, yes.
With a guy, yes.
The same guy.
She's told me multiple
Is that
times
the
I'm
same
not the father.
guy when he went up to the house and opened the door?
Talking about.
But this is the person you believe is
The father.
Zadrian's father, because you say there's a striking resemblance. You say when you opened that door, it looked just like.
Yeah.
I guess
yeah.
every,
That's the person
that
she reversed
guess what?
to.
The reason why he said that was my son. He said, oh, that man is light-skinned. That's probably your baby daddy. Oh, I could name a few of y'all that light-skinned. I guess they are my baby daddies in here. Because there's more than just one person light-skinned.
But this is the point, Miss.
She has
Miss
told me
Redmond,
I'm not the dad multiple
this is
times.
the point.
Period.
Like,
Period.
She told you you're what?
I'm not the father multiple
did she
times. Why
say
would
that?
she say that? She says that she said it throughout
You
the
act
whole
like you've
period
been
of him
here
being
too.
born.
I do
Talking
be
about
there.
you're not the dad anyway.
I
I'll
do
take
be
him
there.
to his
That's
real
what you
dad.
said.
His
You
mother.
were there in the beginning. It wasn't until
Because
she
you're
stepped in his
wishy-washy.
ear.
You're
It wasn't
wishy-washy.
until she stepped in his ear
wishy-washy.
that he started denying it. It was 3 weeks. No, it was Christmas time that he
Nat.
started denying my son. And that's when she came up from Atlanta for Christmas.
All right.
Okay?
So listen. I've heard enough testimony. In light of what's going on here and the testimony I've heard, there is clearly enough evidence to order a paternity test in this particular case. And I am going to do so for Zadrian because we need to get down to the bottom of this. So after I adjourn court, you all are going to go directly to the laboratory and undergo DNA testing.
Let's do it.
Submit to it, and we will return back to this courtroom for the results. Are we clear?
Clear.
Court is adjourned.
I feel like I very much so proved my case. I'm excited for the DNA test. I'm ready to get this thing going so I can move forward in my life.
I'm glad she did that. I need them to zip it up. I need him to step up and his family to shut up so that we can all just move on and my son can have a dad and a mom and I ain't got to be both no more. I ain't making by myself. I'm excited she did this.
We're reconvening in the case of Mask, Muriel versus Redmond. In our last court session, I found that there was sufficient evidence to warrant me ordering a paternity test. Since that time, you have submitted to DNA testing, and I have those results here for you today. Before I go to the results, is there anything anyone would like to say? Yes, Ms. Mask.
I just want to say that he is a good person. That is why he signed that birth certificate, because he's like, you know, it's all these women here and I'm just gonna do the right thing. And if he is a dad, then we'll make up for any lost time or money or anything.
Anyone else? Yes, Ms. Redmond.
Really all I want is him to step up and his family to step aside. He's the parent here. He needs to be making decisions on his own like I've been doing. I mean, yes, I have support, but I mean, I don't have an option. I've been doing it. So all I want is him to step up and his family to step aside and let him do that. Stop steering him. He's grown. Let him make his own decisions on how to be a dad. Don't keep trying to play dad, because you're not. You're not mom or dad, you're aunt and grandma. We mom and dad, let us do ours. And you guys just fall in, like.
Well, listen. I mean, his sister is nodding affirmatively, and we have not yet established whether or not he is Zadrian's biological father, but there's truth to both sides. You know, you all are young, but if you're bringing children into the world, you have to grow up and you have to be parents. Mm-hmm. At the same token, I have a brother. I know what it means to be a sister. I just have one brother. I'm very protective over him, and he's my big brother.
I have 7.
I mean, so you get
it. And I support her.
Exactly.
Supporting him.
So I think this is an important moment when you both acknowledge what the other side feels.
But I just want to make it very clear that he's a good man, period. He's He's doing his thing as
He's not a bad
an individual. So
he is a good individual, but he's
Yeah.
not being a good dad that I need him to be. I don't care. I address you're a good individual. You're doing your thing, but I need you to be a good dad too. I need both.
Let's get the results. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Mask, Muriel versus Redmond, when it comes to 18-month-old Zadrian Muriel, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Muriel, you are the father. You are Zadrian's father.
Okay.
How do you feel?
I feel good. I feel okay about it. You know, I'm gonna do what I need to for him, and that's really it.
It's a huge responsibility.
Oh yeah.
that's the only reason why I wanted him to get the test, because a child is, serious.
Yes.
It's serious. It's not nothing to be running around like pretending you're the dad, or one month you're the dad, the next minute you're not. So now you know for a fact, even if she gets upset and says it, or which she shouldn't anymore.
When's the last time you saw your son?
I believe a month ago.
Just a month ago.
Yeah.
We're hoping that we won't wait another month.
Right.
We're hoping we won't let things go for months at a time. Ms. Redmond, your testimony has been proven in court today that he is Zadrian's biological father. But this is not gonna come together like a little beautiful Tiffany box with the bow. My mother always told me every battle isn't worth the fight. And you, look, as a parent of a beautiful baby who now you know this is their father, but you all have had some issues. What I'm saying is there may be those times that things don't go the way you expect, but think about in your mind, is this battle worth the fight? We have counseling and resources for you all. This baby is just too beautiful. And I hope you understand how much he's counting on you.